Hello, beautiful souls. I'm Monica. I practice energy healing and I'm your wellness consultant. Today, we are going to talk about 15D auric clearing. So, when I say auric clearing, we clearly understand that it is something to do with cleaning up the aura. There are a lot of aura cleaning methods available. So what is so different about 15-dimensional auric clearing? How is it different? How is it more helpful? How is it more powerful? Let's just take a look. So before we even begin what all 15D auric clearing helps us with, let's just understand what is it that makes our aura weak. And even before that, let's quickly, in very simple words, understand what is the importance of aura for us. So aura is basically just like immunity. Just like immunity helps us protect against all viruses, all diseases, it's a shield. Similarly, aura is also a protection shield. It protects our energies. But when immunity gets weak, we tend to catch cold, flu, and similar other viruses or other diseases. Likewise, when our aura becomes weak, we are capable of attracting negativity towards us. Negative energies take charge and our energy starts getting exhausted or drained. So aura is the protective shield or the wall that locks our energy. It protects us. It's very, very, very important. So understanding what is it that could deplete or weaken our aura. The very, the first, the most crucial is fear. Whenever we are in a state of fear, our aura is at its weakest. So, for example, we've just all faced COVID some time ago, and we all know how fearful and scared we all were because it was something very new to us. We had never seen a virus like that. We didn't know how to react to it, and we were losing our loved ones, and the kind of we became very, very scared. So whenever we are scared, we are fearful, we are also weakening our aura, and it is worsening our situation. Even if we talk in terms of immunity, which was most required for COVID, if we were fearful, our immunity was automatically getting weak. So fear is the worst enemy for the aura, or the best friend for negative energies. So we have to always stay heart-centered. We have never to get fearful about any situation. Then comes, sexual pleasure. We all know that people are so, sometimes people are shy about talking about it. Sometimes it's quite open. People feel that it has to be learnt in schools, etc. But the most important thing is we have to treat sexual activity to be very sensitive, and we can't afford to use it very casually, because if we engage ourselves in casual sexual exchange and involving ourselves with multiple partners, then while the act is performed, we tend to give out a lot of our energy to the partner, and also absorb all or any sort of negativity from the partner. So we have to be very, very selective about who we are sharing the sexual act with. We don't have to treat it casually at all. Then comes curses and vows. So the curses and vows could be from this lifetime, could be any of the past lifetimes. So we may have promised something, we may not have been able to fulfill those, or our ancestors may not have been able to do the same. Whatever the reason is, we get cursed. like how we commonly know it as Pitradosh. So that's kind of curses and vows that affect our aura adversely and makes it weak. Now, emotions other than fear, emotions like anger, guilt, grief, judgment, criticism, um, shame, these are these are a few emotions that so terribly affects our aura and weakens it. And we tend to go through this situation so many times during the day. So we have to be very watchful of our emotions, because so if we are getting angry for somebody else's wrongdoing, we have always read quotes that it is a punishment for yourself and not for the other person. But now we are actually understanding that how is it a punishment for us? We are weakening our own aura, we are inviting trouble for ourselves, we are inviting negative guests for us to eat from our aura. That's what we are doing if we are getting angry at someone, if we are getting judgmental about somebody, if we are criticizing somebody, if we are into that shame or guilt feeling for some wrongdoing that we may have done. So we just have to refrain from getting involved or drowned into emotions like these. If at all we happen to get into such traps, we just have to quickly, stay conscious and switch off and jump out. So the other reason could be I'm sorry, I'm slipping on the word. Addictions. Sorry, addictions. Addictions. Drug addiction, alcohol addiction, sexual addiction, porn addiction, even medicine, pharma addiction. So many addictions are there. So whenever we are trapped into the addictive mindset, we must understand that that's a state where our aura is weak. And when our aura is weak, we are inviting negative energies to eat through our aura. So we have to be watchful at all times. So now, after understanding the so many reasons that could weaken our aura, we now will start understanding what are the kind of negativities. So many times we always hear that, negativity happens, negative energy happens. What is it? So negative energy is, there are a lot of forms of negative energies that could invade us. So they could be occupants or identities. Now, when I say occupants or identities, occupants basically means our own belief systems, restrictive belief systems that we may have formed ourselves. It could be from this lifetime, it could be from any of our past lifetimes. So any of the our belief systems that hold us back are called occupants. They they form, they take a form or a shape and they stick to our aura, they weaken our aura. That's negativity. So each time, identity is more or less, I mean, it's kind of the same thing. It's different, but it's still quite similar in the sense. So for example, we've had a breakup and we immediately formulate a thought process that all girls are the same or all boys are the same, we will not trust any relationship again. That's the identity that we have created for ourselves. That's the restrictive belief system that we have created, and through the belief system we have made this identity for ourselves. Now, each time we get into a relationship with someone, we will always face, we will not face any happy equations in the relationship, because we have created this belief system. So thoughts are nothing but energy, and if we are layering ourselves with negative thoughts or negative identities all the time, that becomes stronger and stronger and stronger over the years or over lifetimes, and they get stuck in our aura, and we attract results accordingly for ourselves. And each time we attract a similar result that we have framed for ourselves, we always tell us, see, I told you we should not trust. Again you trusted, again you face the same situation. But it's not that nothing wrong with the person, it's just that you have created that thought or identity around yourself, which is why you are attracting similar equations for yourself, right? So that is occupants and identities. Then is entities or discarnates. So what is entities or discarnates? They are basically earth-born spirits who were born just like you and me on this planet, and they passed out too soon, or tragic deaths like accidents or suicides, etc., wherein they did not accept their death. Those are entities. Discarnates are basically souls like us who are born on this planet. They pass out, but for some reason, so whenever a soul passes out from this physical reality, the earth, then their soul is supposed to cross the plane of bliss. They have to travel through the fourth dimension into the fifth dimensional, which is plane of bliss. So that 4D is basically the tunnel that everyone speaks about, that the soul goes through. That's the tunnel. So the portal is open very momentarily when the soul passes through from 3D. This is 3D where we are living. So the soul dies, the body dies, the soul has to immediately, the portal opens and has to pass into the fourth dimension and move into the fifth dimension, and again start the cycle as the soul contract is. So if they're not being able to pass into the other side, the plane of bliss, they're not being able to cross that side, then the portal closes and they get lost, because this earth is not meant to be for souls. It's meant to be, it's a physical reality, right? 3D is a physical reality. If you don't have a body, this plane is not meant for you. You don't belong over here. But if you are over here, you get trapped, you lose track of how you have to move ahead or to the plane of bliss. Then you, at the same time, it also means that you're getting disconnected with the source, because you have not followed the path, which means that you now the only way to get energy for yourself as a lost soul on this dimension is to suck energy from all physically living beings. So these are the entities whom we known as Bhoot, Pret, etc. So these are entities and discarnates that keep lurking around in the atmosphere. They're all 20-25 souls, the entities, discarnates are there everywhere around every person. But if your aura is strong, you're being able to contain your energy, and they're not these entities and discarnates, they're not being able to suck your energy, because you have a strong protective aura around you. If you don't, then they will just come, take a dip, take 2 cheesy bites from your energy. They'll feel all strong and they'll move out, they'll go. So sometimes it just happens that they just cling to you, they possess you, and then all those things what we know of possessed beings and all, those take place. But otherwise nobody is free. Each time we get into fearful zones, each time we get into anger, shame, guilt, whatever we just discussed, all those things, or we get into addictive patterns, or we exchange sexual acts with multiple partners, take it very casually, etc. So all those things, whatever we just discussed, whenever we are into those zones, we attract negativity. So it could be occupants that start taking charge, or it could be entities or discarnates will just come in too closer and take one or two strong bites of your energy, because the barrier is not there, your aura has gotten weak. They'll just come and suck your energy, feel strong and move out, or they'll keep clinging, depends. But nobody's free from those. I'm just trying to let you know that, because each time we dwell into those emotional zones or those kind of situations wherein we are creating our aura to become weak, then these negative entities and discarnates attack us. Or they could also be portals in the aura, wherein the aura becomes very porous, where we are since it becomes porous, we attract all the, so any negative energies can enter our aura, or our energy will start draining out. So that's because our aura has become very porous. It has portals or holes, so which is again sign of a very, very weak aura. Then is negative ETs, wherein you can just negative ETs are in form of human beings just like you and me. You will never be able to differentiate between a negative ET or a real human. However, they are actually very soulless beings and their heart centers are closed completely. So whenever we get in touch with people whom when we talk to, we just feel very drained after the conversation. We just feel very drained and weak in ourselves, that as if, oh my god, after the conversation all our energy is just drained out entirely. So those are the kind of people who are negative ETs. They are soulless beings. They are again disconnected from the source, and those are the beings that suck from your their energy parasites. So they suck all your energy as food for them. So these are a few of the types of negative energies that invade us when our aura is weak, and I already have explained to you why our aura gets weak, or when is it that our aura is at a weak state. Now coming back to 15D auric clearing, why is it so different and important? It's the most powerful healing, auric clearing method available in these times, as well as it not only clears and cleans the 7 chakras that are that are there in your body, starting from your crown until your root. It also cleans the 8 morphogenetic chakras, which are above your crown and below your root until deep inside the earth. So there are a lot of about 8 morphogenetic chakras. So there are in total about 15 chakras that get cleaned with the 15D auric clearing, and one gets free from all occupants, discarnates, entities. All the portals in the aura gets closed. ETs, entities, discarnates, occupants, everything gets released. Our aura gets thoroughly cleaned. Intense cleaning happens. So that's the importance of 15D auric clearing. It's a very strong healing session, and the energy integration happens until 3 weeks, sometimes even until 3 months. So it is not recommended to repeat a session before 3 months. It is highly recommended in today's times that one must use 15D auric clearing time and again to keep our aura safe, protective and clean. One very important thing before I close is that when I was explaining this to one of my clients earlier, she asked me a very interesting question. Why are you explaining all this to me? I don't have any issues. I don't have any entities or parasites, or I'm not troubled with any of all that. However, it's not just some particular person who will be impacted. It's all of us. Because time and again, we get involved in low frequency emotions like anger, guilt, shame, fear, whatever not we just discussed. We keep on dwelling into those zones time and again. Each time we do that, our energy gets, the aura gets weak, and the negative energies come take a dip and do their job and go away. So it's very important to keep cleansing our aura. And also after the session, we have to start staying very aware, very conscious, so that we do not get trapped into those low frequency emotional zones again and again. And if required, we can repeat a session, but no sooner than 3 months. So should you need any more information, or should you want to discuss it at any other length, please feel free to contact me. Thank you.